Hey FLOSSTUBE, it's Leigh from Creatively on Sunday the 18th of April. FLOSSTUBE number 71, I think. A bit late today, I've been out all day with the girls. Had a bit of a stitchy catch up with Judith and Sam again and Seb. So lunch at Judith's, and I did a little bit of tiny little bit of stitching, and then we went over to visit Catherine at Country Stitch and did a little bit of shopping and a little bit of looking through her finished pile and a cup of tea. I had thought about doing some video in the wild, but I'd rather just enjoy the company and not have to put everybody under stress to be on camera and stuff. So a little catch up today. I'm on the orange couch with Serenity. Hi Shan. And yeah, little bit of stitching, a couple of new things to show you. And I'm not terribly organised, but I did iron my fabric. Everything's good at home, I think. Nothing to report. Our Australian New Zealand bubble opens at midnight, so fingers crossed that works out okay and we can travel between each country with little fuss. Yeah, if anyone's coming over, please follow the rules and scan your phones wherever you go so we know where you've been in case something happens. Other than that, whatever, wash your hands, have fun. I'm still going to wait to have a vaccine. So, what have I stitched on this week? Couple of things. I'm not very organised. I did get up to date with my Peppermint Purple 2021 SAL, the square one. I was about 6 weeks behind, but I got all caught up and I finished all of the border in there as well. So yeah, that is all good for week 15. And it's looking really nice. And I can't see the camera, but you know, it's not like it's that original. So I'll probably wait till I've filled in here before starting this around here, but I do like that little border. So yeah, got that done. As I said, I was a few weeks behind, so it's quite nice to get caught up with that one. And then since we're doing catch up, I picked up basically mostly Friday night, Thursday night, Friday night, and most of yesterday. I focused on my Modern Folk Embroidery, the Fruit of Plenty 2021 SAL, and I got all of April done, including a little bit extra into July because there's a symmetrical motif down here, so it's where the page that it cut off, although I kind of vary my end so I don't end up with a stitchy line from joining everything there. But yeah, I stitched this whole motif in here and a couple of the leaves, like that bit of fruit and that leaf, and that, I knew that, you know, they would go over the line, so I stitched those. So yeah, that is all up to date. There's a lot of stitching in that ACC, but I'm really enjoying this. So the Blackwork SAL is stitched on 18 count Aida. This is stitched on 40 count Toitoi linen from Country Stitch using DMC. So those were the lion's share of what I got stitched on this week, plus a tiny bit. I took my Judith bag, but the bag I made with Judith's help, to the out for the day, we went on a little outing and I picked up the Sense and Sensibility SAL from Sapphire Mountain Handcrafts. That's the mock-up of the whole thing, and I just want to get this finished. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. It's sort of not really my favourite design. I had hoped it would look a little bit like, I'd hoped it would be a companion to the, more of a companion to the Pride and Prejudice SAL, but it's very, very different. So all I got done when I was at Judas before lunch was just the blue ribbon and that little bit there. So then, you know, we were looking at stuff and talking and eating lunch and stuff. So I'm not the most productive in company, but yeah, it's pretty. So called for DMC on just a, I think it's Ice Blue 28 count Lugana. That's what I did today. So tiny little bit. So that's my stitching. It was nice yesterday to mostly do stitching. I do have a couple of new things. I bought this off of Stash, one of the, I think the New Zealand secondhand site on Facebook. I think it's called New Zealand Upcycle or something, cross stitch. So it's a Peppermint of Copenhagen chart, and I just thought it was kind of, I liked the colours. The light is terrible because I'm not, it gets so dark now because it's winter. Yeah. Anyway, it is called for is 40 count wish out linen by an ivory, and deceptively large, of course. It's 213 by 199, so about 14 inches, about 11 inches square, give or take, on 40 count linen using DMC. I don't know. I like things that have four different borders, make it kind of interesting, and it's got some random motifs on it. A bee, skep, a bunny, a pear, a lyre, a lute or a lyre. We shall see. Anyway, I bought that. And then today of course, because I was going to Catherine, I picked up my monthly Rainbow Club instead of getting her to post it to save postage. And my monthly fabric, my Rainbow Club, I got 32 count Belfast in pink lemonade, and this is going to be put away for one of the Oriental Ladies by Joan Elliott. So it's not going to show great, but it has kind of lemons and pinks, and it's going to show terribly in this terrible light, but you'll just have to trust me that it's really pretty. So that was my Rainbow Club, and I also got a piece of Bristol 45 count in Limestone. So Limestone's the colour that I'm stitching my ink circles, Blackstone Fantasy. I'm stitching it on Limestone, but on a, I think, 28 count Lugana. So this one I got the Bristol Linen, I'll open it, in a large-ish piece. Oh, I think it's just a fat quarter, I'm not really sure. So I'm just a nice neutral, and I think I'm going to stitch a Fearlander Sampler on it, which I got from I subscribed for a couple of months to Leigh, and in the Sampler and Antique Needlework magazine, summer 2015, I think it was over 3 or 4 weeks, 3 or 4 magazines, you pull together this Fearlander Sampler. So I'm going to do that on the 45 count. It's a big project on 45 count. And I think, because it's traditionally stitched in, this one's stitched in brown, like the original was stitched in a, well, quite dark brown, but I'm going to give this quilting cotton from Week's Dye Work a go, which is in the colour Cocoa, and I can't open it because I don't know how. It doesn't want to open. Where is the thing? There is a little thing, but it's been a nuisance. Okay. Ta-da! So essentially it's just nice quilting cotton, but I think that, so the Fearlander is stitched in a dark brown, so I guess this is more of a medium brown, and it has a tiny bit of red in it in one little area, so I'll just use a red sewing cotton when I get to that probably. So yeah, I think that will look kind of cool, and I figure we'll see. It's worth a squirt, but it has, you know, subtle variegation in this, so picked that up today. And I got a handful of some Weeks and Gentle Arts. Some of these are for stitching Nevermore, and some of them are just because I like the colours, and Catherine had like plenty that I could grab 2 skeins of a couple of colours. So I've got cast iron skillet, all the blacks, really exciting, and I got a couple of the Raven, which is hard to see how green they are, but a couple of Raven, and I got a Lagoon, so that's for the one I was just talking about, Nevermore. And then these are for Nevermore. Gunmetal, so these are Weeks. Pecan, but I might sub them out, but that's what I picked them up because I was there. Cocoa, but so that's the same colour in the embroidery cotton, but oh, that's nice and rich. It's not quite that brown. Cocoa and straw. So these are called for the Raven. And then I just picked up 2 of these because I love the name and I love the colour. What is it? Okefenokee? So I picked up those. And 2 packs of my favourite needles, which are the Peacemaker 28s. I do love me some Peacemakers. And then Catherine had this little bag of needle files, needle holders, so I picked that up. 1, 2, 5 in a pack. Plenty, because I really only use one size needle. That's pretty much everything that I bought, so that was enough. Yeah, we had a nice day, and sometimes you've got to do social and not stitch. I know that my Needlework Expo haul from Garen Stitchery has left Japan, so it's been in Japan at the Japan Processing Centre since the 3rd or the 5th, and now it left Japan yesterday or the day before, so I'm guessing that it's on its way to me, which is exciting. And I've got a few other things on the way. Kind of lost track really about what's been going on and what's coming. But yeah, that's pretty much my video for the day. I'm trying to keep these short. Doesn't hurt that I don't really have that much to show, but I'm sort of finding personally a bit overwhelmed with too many long videos by people. I just don't have, I'd rather watch 6 short videos over a few days than have to choose which one long video. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up, and yeah, hopefully you, if you come to say hello, say hi in the comments, and I enjoy reading wee little comments and feedback and questions every week. It's quite nice. As always, don't let your needles rust. Ciao.